What's up, guys? We have some silly season news to go over today, as well as some penalties to go over today. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and let's go over the news that was announced yesterday. I thought I should wait for today to do this video since, it's Thanksgiving, it's Turkey Day, and not only is it Thanksgiving, it is Chase Elliott's 24th birthday, so happy birthday to my guy, Chase Elliott. Yes, he had a great year. I know the ending wasn't that great, got 10th in points, 3 wins. Last year he also got 3 wins. This was, I think, his best year yet in the Cup Series. So hopefully he can contend for a championship next year, possibly make the championship 4 and dominate the Phoenix race next year. I'm not even used to that being the championship race next year. But enough of that. Let's go over the news. Let's start with the silly season news. Quin Houff is going full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series for StarCom Racing for 2020 and 2021. He will be full-time both seasons, and, well, this means Landon Cassill is out of that 00 car. Now, this is also interesting because Quin Houff is going here for 2020, but also for 2021 when they will have the next gen car. So that's interesting that they are putting him in that car as well as next year in 2020. This means that Landon Cassill's not in that car, as I already said. Well, he had a deal till the end of 2020 with StarCom Racing. So that's really interesting. Well, the owner, Derek Cope, said that they have a plan for Landon Cassill. They plan to uphold their promise to Landon Cassill of having him be a driver there through 2020. So that's really interesting. I don't know what that means. That's all they said. They plan to uphold, they plan to fulfill their promise to Landon Cassill. That's the word I was looking for. And I don't know. I mean, I'm really wondering, where will Landon Cassill go in 2020? Now, when I first seen this news, Quin Houff to replace Landon Cassill in the 00 for StarCom Racing full-time for the next 2 seasons, I thought, Landon Cassill must be going full-time Xfinity for maybe Morgan Shepherd or maybe JD Motorsports. I mean, that's possible. But it seems that since he still has those ties to StarCom Racing, I don't know if this will be in Cup. I don't know if this will be in Xfinity. I don't know what's going on here. He still has some kind of deal with them, so we'll have to see. But what we do know is that Quin Houff will be going full-time in the Cup Series for the next 2 seasons, 2020 and 2021, in that number 00 car for StarCom Racing, and that will not be Landon Cassill's ride for the next 2 years. So, at least the next 2 years. So that's pretty interesting. And we'll have to wait and see where Landon Cassill ends up next year. Silly season is far from being done. I mean, there's pretty much one big major domino to fall, which is front row in the Cup Series. But this is a little one to fall, and there still are quite a bit, actually a lot, of little dominoes to fall in the silly season, not just the Cup Series ones, but Xfinity and Truck Series, of course. And let's go on to the penalties that were announced yesterday, and it was about the Homestead Miami Championship race. 4 teams have gotten penalized for manipulating the end of the race, the result of the race. So those are the 15 of Joe Nemechek, the 27 of Ross Chastain, the 52 of Josh Bilicki, and the 77 of Reed Sorensen. 15 and 27 both belong to Premium Motorsports. The 52 is Rick Ware Racing, and the 77 is Spire Motorsports, an affiliate of Premium Motorsports. Now, all had mechanical failures within a 15-lap span at the end of the race, and that gave a 1-point margin to the 27 car of Ross Chastain of Premium Motorsports, who finished 35th. So that's interesting there. Competition directors of Scott Eggleston of Premium Motorsports and Kenneth Evans of Rick Ware Racing, so the 1527 for Scott Eggleston and Kenneth Evans of the 52 Rick Ware Racing car, have indefinite suspensions, and both were also penalized $25,000. Both suspended and both penalized $25,000. So that's really interesting there. And team owners Rick Ware of Rick Ware Racing, Jay Robinson of Premium Motorsports, and TJ, I know I'm going to mess this name up, TJ Pucker from Spire Motorsports were all fined $50,000 $50,000 each. And all of the teams, like the 15, 27, 52, and 77, were all docked or deducted 50 owner points. So that is that's interesting to see there. And the 96 now, since all of these penalties have happened and the points have been deducted, 50 owner points each. The 96 car of Gaunt Brothers Racing, who had Parker Kligerman and Drew Herring drive for them this year, is now the top open car in the owner standings. So that's really interesting there. It was about to be the 15 of Premium Motorsports, and I mean, they were holding that for quite a long part of the season. And yeah, the 27 wasn't doing too bad either. And all of these suspensions for the 15, 27, 52, and 77 have brought that 96 to the top non-charter car in the owner points, the top open car. So that is really interesting there, the 96 Toyota of Gaunt Brothers Racing. And yeah, that's the news we have today. Not actual like reports on what they manipulated with. They said they NASCAR went through all of the data and listened to team communications about what's going on, about how they manipulated the result of the race. And I mean, why is the penalty so delayed? I mean, so far after the Homestead race. I mean, really, the day before Thanksgiving. So, I mean, I don't know why. You know, I feel like NASCAR is putting themselves into kind of a hole here. I don't know. But, you know, they say the mechanical failure part, 15 lap span, end of the race, giving a 1 point margin to the 27 car. I feel like that could be part of the reason. Maybe they were working together or something to manipulate the race to give the 27 car the 1 point of Ross Chastain, and then they were like, oh, no, you don't, and then they docked the 27 points also because he's a teammate of most of them, and, you know, it was part of it. Maybe they were in on it as well. So, I mean, you know, maybe they paid the money under the counter. I don't know what happens, but, you know, who knows? That's really interesting there. Yeah, 3 Chevys and 1 Ford. So that's really interesting. And like I said, Quin Houff, obviously going full-time in the Cup Series for StarCom Racing's number 00 in 2020 in the Cup Series and in 2021 in the Cup Series for StarCom Racing. Where will Landon Castle end up? They say StarCom Racing says they have a plan for Landon Castle with that contract he was on. So that is really interesting there. Of course, happy Thanksgiving, happy birthday to my favorite driver, Chase Elliott, 24. That's awesome. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. StarCom Fiber will be the sponsor, obviously, for Quin Houff for most of the races. Obviously, it's StarCom Racing. So yeah, they've been on that for Castle as well. Castle has driven that car full-time all of this year and half of last year as well. So, and he was supposed to do it this year, but Houff is in. I don't know, maybe they move Castle to just a second car, the 99 or something, for StarCom Racing full-time in Cup or something. Who knows? We will have to wait and see. So, of course, thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I will see you on the next one. A happy Turkey Day. Bye-bye.